everybody. I would like to call our meeting to order and welcome all of you for being here. Look at how beautiful this is right now. I love it. So thank you everyone for coming. Tonight our meeting is broadcasted as always on our district's YouTube channel. The link is on the website and the agenda for transparency purposes and to keep our citizens informed and for convenience. As always, you must be present to participate in the meeting during citizens' comments. Those wishing to speak must fill out a comment form on the table right over there prior to the spots in the agenda to Mrs. Rios. Mrs. Rios is there at the end. The spots in the agenda are item number 8, which means it's pertaining to the actual agenda items, and item number 19, meaning it's pertaining to non-agenda items.
19 and 14.
14. Sorry, did I say 19?
You did.
14. Thank you. All right. So for everybody, if you are able, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. Kathy, roll call, please.
President Warren.
Here.
Vice President Philippia.
Here.
Secretary Lukey.
Present.
Treasurer Martin.
Here.
Trustee Babbitt.
Present.
Trustee Klein.
Here.
Trustee McDonald.
Here.
Thank you. Now on to number 4 for additions or deletions of the agenda. During the consent agenda, we are going to pull out approval of the regular meeting minutes. We have a correction on that needs to be done, so we're going to pull that out for right now. All right, that then takes us to approval of the consent agenda items. I'm looking for unanimous consent of the consent agenda items that have been presented to the board for review. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the consent agenda is approved as presented. That takes us to President's communications. And today I have nothing to report. That takes us to reading of communications. Secretary Lukey.
I have nothing to read. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that takes us to citizens' comments pertaining to the agenda items. And culturally responsive. This one is non-agenda items.
Yeah, is that the last one? No, this is this one. I can't tell. Because we have culture response as part of number 10.
Yeah, it's number 10.
Okay,
Number
yeah,
10.
we'll do it then. So the one that we have here is culturally responsive by Erica. Hi.
I will say, I don't know, having to do the comment first before the thing happened is weird, so I don't know.
Yeah, do it.
You just wanted to.
You can do it at the end.
You
There's
can do it at
also
the
a
end.
comment section at the end.
Well, I'll say no, I'll say no, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Well, it's up to you, yeah, because we haven't done the presentation yet, so it's.
Okay, then I'll.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
We'll come back.
All right, so are there any other citizens' comments pertaining to the agenda items?
No.
All right. That takes us to in the spotlight, our student representatives today. First, we will start with Tristan Clementi with the Allen Park High School. Hi, Tristan.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tristan. I'm a student council representative for the class of 2028, and I'm here to update you all on the recent works that our clubs and organizations here at Allen Park High School have done. So our student council has an upcoming Spirit Week planned. This will be the week before winter break, and we have a snowball dance planned on January 11th. We also have some updates about some classes. The class of 2026 just finished their Hungry Howie's card fundraiser, and they are continuing to raise funds towards their senior prom. And the class of 2028 has a fundraiser night at Texas Roadhouse on January 14th. 10% of all money made that night will go to the class of 2028. You must bring a flyer, though, in order for proceeds to come to us. But you can also show them a picture of the flyer on your phone, and the flyer is posted on our Facebook and Instagram page. NHS has many holiday projects going on right now, like the food pantry drive with Students Against Destructive Decisions, the Adopt a Family program. They're doing a bake sale to raise money to buy presents for one of the children, a mitten tree drive, and a wrapping paper drive. They're doing bell ringing with the Kiwanis Club and participating in Reads Across America. Letters to Santa. They're also participating in Letters to Santa with 2 elementary school classrooms, and also ushering the holiday concerts around Allen Park. They're also helping with Benny Gives Back and Photos with Santa, and assisting with a Red Cross blood drive, which will be at the high school in January. Our Prism Club has donated $200 worth of food at the APHS food pantry, $100 to the hygiene basket that accompanies the toy box drive, $100 to the Ruth Ellis Center, and they will be holding a bake sale December 17th to raise money to continue their mission of making APHS a supportive and inclusive community for all students. Our Animal Welfare Club has just finished their coffee fundraiser during parent-teacher conferences and earned $156. They use that profit to send a donation over to the Ferndale Cafe towards new HVAC units for their facility, and also purchase supplies to create 20 goodie bags for the families at the APHS Toy Box Drive. At most meetings, they fill Kongs to be frozen, which then are given to dogs at the Wyandotte Animal Shelter for their enrichment between their daily walks. Our Star Club, which stands for Students Against Racism, made pupusas from our One Book, One School book, Promise Voice, to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. They hosted a Native American storytelling hour, and they're currently doing a letter writing campaign to make Indigenous Peoples Day an official holiday in Allen Park. They will be presenting to city officials to request them to adopt the holiday, such as other cities like Alpena, Ann Arbor, Southfield, Traverse City, and Michigan State University have all done. They're also working on an art sculpture in the main lobby to celebrate the many different holidays celebrating this. Finally, our book club selected their new book last meeting. They selected Louder Than Hunger by John Shu, and they're hosting their annual book giveaway the week before break, and currently accepting donations of grades K through 12, gently used books. The books can be dropped off in the APHS main office or a library. Thank you for your time tonight. That's all.
Thank you. All right, that takes us to our Allen Park Middle School represent, and that is Maya Bertazio.
Hello, I'm Maya Bertazio, and here's the APMS update. Congratulations to Founders Day Award winners for APMS. Outstanding Business Partner, Big B Coffee, number 738. Outstanding Educator, Zach Bates. Outstanding Student, Landon Christensen. Outstanding Programs, PTSA Book Fair. Outstanding Support Personnel, Nicole Atkinson. PTA Distinguished Service Award, Nicole Sobieski. The Principal Student Advisory Group, which consists of 4 students from each grade level, met with Mr. Lamar Davis, Food Service Director, go to over food option suggestions for the cafeteria. Mr. Donahue and Mr. Davis explained some of the exciting upcoming changes to the menu and the kitchen layout for next school year. In addition, the group were the first media to see the new color palette for carpeting and paint for the media center and office areas. Plus, we are given an update on the expected construction to take place starting in March through August for our building. APMS staff and students are participating in the December to Remember, which is 15 days of fun to get in the holiday spirit. Some of the themes are Holiday Headwear, Ugly Sweater Day, and Crazy Sock Day. Ms. Shorter's Life Skills class baked brownie cupcakes and Rice Krispie treats and held a bake sale at the middle school. The money they raised is being used to purchase items for a young child in need this holiday season. The class will be going on a community-based outing to Target to shop for items for the child. From there, they will be visiting Cinemark Theater in Taylor for a behind-the-scenes tour of running a movie theater. Lastly, they will enjoy a lunch out together and practice their social communication skills. Our APMS Student Council adopted 2 APMS families in need this holiday season. All money was raised through our Halloween bake sale and daily winter sales. Drama Club has voted on a play, Alice at Wonderland, for this year's production. It is a modern-day twist to Alice in Wonderland. Auditions begin December 10th. Our show date is set for March 19th at 6:30 p.m. We would love to see you all there. Congratulations to the following students who qualified for middle school, state, swimming, and diving meet. Me, Maya Bertazio. 200 medley relay. Jackson Maltby, Blake Gartside, Steven Lozon, Ronaldo Garza. 200 freestyle, Blake Gartside. 100 IM, Blake Gartside. 50 freestyle, Blake Gartside. 50 fly, Steven Lozon, Blake Gartside, Stella McNulty. 200 freestyle relay, Jackson Maltby, Blake Gartside, Steven Lozon, Ronaldo Garza. 100 free, Blake Gartside. 100 backstroke, Blake Gartside. 100 breaststroke, Blake Gartside. 400 freestyle relay, Jackson Maltby, Blake Gartside, Steven Lozon, Ronaldo Garza. Blake Gartside officially completed his full sweep, qualifying for all 10 swim events.
Wow, that's what it's done.
NJHS students are having a great December. They kicked off the month by making Christmas cards for the Love of Michigan Vet Christmas Project. Cards will be sent with care packages to serve members who won't be home for the holidays. NJHS students are also collecting pajamas for Connor's Pajama Drive for children who will be in the hospital during the holiday season. They are also collecting hygiene products for Downriver Foster Closet and gloves and hats for the Starfish Family Services. You will also see our NJHS students helping out at the APMS PTSA movie with Photos with Santa. We are so thankful for all their service to the community. Peacekeepers Club is going strong. They made holiday decorations for the decorating contest at APMS and are collecting socks for Starfish Family Services. Those are your updates for now. Have a great night and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Maya. And Blake Gartside, Blake Gartside, Blake Gartside.
Don't forget Steve Lozon.
And Steve Lozon, that's right.
Yeah.
And of course, all of our other swimmers. That was awesome. Thank you so very much. All right. As always now, students, if you wish to leave to go get your homework done and, be specially educated, we will allow you to do so. You guys have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maya.
Something I would consider African culture responsive.
Right. We don't want to hear that.
You know, right?
Yeah.
When you
That's-
don't like
Yep.
fiction for college security.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
So do I have to?
I don't know if we have to do that, we just do it.
I'm going to do it correctly.
Yeah, it's probably managed.
Okay. All right. Sorry, we were just kind of talking really quick because we don't want you to have to talk last because if you wait to 14.
I thought there were people who were supposed to.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
All right. Just wanted to make sure so you didn't have to, I was going to try to push it up to
Yeah, you're
after
gonna push it
this.
up so your colleagues can hear what you had to say. And so,
Just in case they all, Okay. So I'd like to amend the agenda to put citizens' comments pertaining to non-agenda items to push number 14 over to, let's just say, 10B. Do I have a motion?
so moved.
Support. Perfect. It's been moved by Mr. Klein and supported by, we'll say, Jeanette McDonald. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you so much. So that would put that at right underneath 10, but before 11. All right, that takes us to our next presentation, Dr. Tofel.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Tonight, we're here to honor the members of our first annual, hopefully the first of many, culturally responsive pedagogy cohort. We have 38 staff members and presenting them with an Allen Park Public Schools Equity Fellow Award. These individuals participated in the culturally responsive pedagogy cohort with Dr. Jay Marks. Dr. Marks is here as well. We'd like to have him talk in a sec, if you don't mind. Their commitment to fostering an inclusive and equitable learning environment is truly commendable. Thank you for all your dedication in supporting our students in equitable, restorative, and culturally responsive ways. Your efforts to make a significant difference in our school community are much appreciated. So Dr. Marks presented earlier in the year to the board with the book that he was going to be working with them on and kind of an anchor text for the group. We have certificates. I'd like Dr. Marks to say a few words about the program. So this started actually last spring at our district improvement team meeting. So we not only have our My Kid School Improvement process where we have school improvement plans and district improvement plans, but then we were doing, we do like a, what do we call it, like a comprehensive needs assessment check-in in February. And our two goals, one is culturally responsive pedagogy, and one was MTSS. And we feel like we are very far down the road with our MTSS goal. We've talked a lot about what we do there. But our culturally responsive pedagogy goal, as we were talking at a district improvement meeting, was kind of stagnant. We feel like we had done some nice things, but we're kind of in just kind of a status quo mode. And so Mr. Darg and I talked to Jay over the summer about doing something like this. And we didn't know what it would look like. We didn't know if it would be great, if it would be successful. We figured Jay would crush it. But like, you know, every once in a while people have bad days. Not Dr. Marks. Those apparently don't happen with him. Because we've heard nothing but wonderful things about this program. It was 5 sessions over a 3-month period. And it was awesome. We had about 20 people in the morning and 20 people in the afternoon. They were a mix of groups, and we're actually going to talk a little bit about that, get some feedback from them at some point. We initially wanted to get just K-12 in the morning and K-12 in the afternoon, and it was a little difficult with scheduling, but I think it was worth it, and I'd be interested to hear it. So just go ahead and fire off emails to me and Mr. Dargan tomorrow. Rather than kind of the same voices of a 6-12 only or a K-5 only, I think it was nice to have colleagues from across the district in there. So. But I think it went extremely well. We've talked to, I've talked about the program that we're doing to other curriculum directors, and they're interested in doing it. And not sharing Dr. Marks' name, they can find their own facilitator. He stuck with us for a little while, but I think it was really a success, especially considering that this is like we didn't know necessarily what it was going to look like or what it was going to do. Jay's presented on this and probably done things very similar to this, but we didn't know how it would look here. We didn't know what it was going to be like. We didn't even know if anybody would sign up. And within a couple of days, we had 30 people. And then second email was like, okay, we're full and we're done. So, anything you'd like to say, Dr. Williams?
I would have bought them. It was simply amazing, and I knew that. I just knew it coming in. I've met some of the colleagues before, previous work with the district. But it was just such an honor to serve as your facilitator. I'm hired to show up to lead, but I always selfishly also show up to learn, and I learned a lot. It wasn't me just showing up with slides and giving them things to do. I did show slides, and I did ask them to do things. And after every session, they went back and did things. And they came back and shared the things that they did. And within the session, the dialogue was always rich. They challenged each other. They challenged me. And for that, I'm just so humbled and honored. And just what an amazing group of human beings you all have working here at Adam Park. And I'm just honored to have been your facilitator. And when I was invited to come, you all know this far. I said they're worth every mile of travel in honor and recognition of the hard work that you all have committed on behalf of your students. I'll just say this lastly. These are busy people who are doing very important work here in your school community. And quite frankly, I know that they did not really have time to do this. They did it anyway. They showed up every time we met, very few absences. Every time we met, they showed up anyway. They did not have time to do the extra things I asked them to do. And they did it anyway. They did it anyway. They did not have time to read another book. Some of them, they're in grad school, they're reading other things. and they did it. 80. And I could not have asked for a better group of humans to work with and to learn with and to learn from. So again, thank you all. Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, and I think, from our standpoint, I think we want to say thank you to Dr. Marks, because he came on a whim 2 years ago. We're like, hey, you want to do a keynote? He's like, it's nice to meet you. I'm Jay Marks. Where are you guys again? And so it took, I was introduced to Jay through a mutual friend, a colleague that we both work with, and it's been a wonderful relationship. And so thank you for your commitment to Allen Park Public Schools. It's been great. So Jay's done 2 keynotes for us, and then he's on the Culturally Responsive Pedagogy cohort. You've had some restorative circles with us. You have done some PD. He did leadership team over the summer. We had a kind of a boot camp one day, and Dr. Marks was a facilitator and guided us through our professional development. And he's actually helping us with some student restorative stuff, but that's like pretty early, so we're not really sure where that's going to go. But we know with Dr. Marks' assistance, it's going to be phenomenal. So thank you, Jay. We appreciate all of your So now we have some certificates we'd like to present, and I'm going to read everybody's name off because everybody did, want to make sure that everybody is awarded. I didn't see Morgan Church here. Morgan's not here. She's not hiding behind a podium or something. Julian Oginski. Cass, I didn't see Cass here either. Cassandra Melville, Michelle Wallace, Valerie Tomich, Kristen Pierfully, Amy Sexton, Danielle McGinnis. Danielle, I didn't see you here, right? Megan Johnson, I saw you behind the pole. Emily Talamonte, I saw you back there as well. Chelsea Bianchi. Michelle Maynard, Amanda Browning, Jennifer Kasulis, Megan Rourke. Kathy Weaver. Cindy Marcero. Jennifer Van Maley. Kendra Payette Lynn. Kendra. Hold on, Kendra. That's right. Elise Ferrante. Nicole Tucci. I don't want to Lauren Rowish. If I missed anybody, they might have gotten stuck, so I'm going to apologize in advance. Mary McMaster. April Lopez. I did not see April here. Elizabeth Anderson. Lance, I'm reading what's on the skirt, man. I don't want to mess anything up. Robin Lazelle. Jeffrey Wojak. Patsy Kernell. Lauren Rose. Lauren's not here, right? I didn't miss her. Okay. Rachel Warnick. On that side.
You have to teach us without power.
That goes to teach them without power Monday. That's. We were letting people in Riley, like, if you want to work from another building or hit the road, Jay asked them, and the team was like, let's just keep going, which is unbelievable. I was like, I'm leaving. So you guys can Sarah Kalis. Lisa Smalley. Sarah Bloom, I did not see Sarah here. Jessica Langtree. Maureen Klein, Mike, you want to accept on behalf? And Nicole Poole. So one of the things that we also want to do is make sure that this carries on. So I know Dr. Marks mentioned to some of you about suggesting this to colleagues. I'll be sending out an email to get cohort 2 going sometime in January. But if you have recommendations, it's always best. Like if Mary says to Kristen, I think you would be wonderful at this. I think that Kristen is more likely to do this. And I think one of the important things is the more we can talk about this and the more we can do these things, the more important the work is and the better the success is going to be. I think it needs to be sticky. So it's not just if Mike's the superintendent or if Jay and I are here or if you guys move on. The more people are doing this, the stickier I think it becomes. And I think it's really important. I do know a few people wanted to say a few things, if that's okay.
Yes.
You guys okay with that? Yeah.
Well, that's what we had to do anyways, right? We had to raise our hand and not ready to speak, so. I just want to, I think on behalf of everyone, I just want to thank you, Jay. You sign up for things for different reasons, and being an educator, it was important. I thought, we talked about it at the middle school, I really encourage the young kids to really do something like this. And an old fart like me signed up for a totally different reason, and I think the compassion that you show and the respect that you showed every one of us, any day we could say whatever we needed to say, and it was supported, and it was well deserved to hear your response. And so I just want to share that with you, and I want to thank you. Thank you.
Go, Kristen, go.
Okay, I wrote stuff down because I'm a nerd. Good evening, members of the school board, Dr. Marks, and esteemed members of the community. I'm deeply honored to stand before you today to express my sincere gratitude for your commitment to investing in culturally responsive teacher training. This initiative reflects a profound understanding of the diverse needs of our students and recognizes that equity in education is not just a goal, but a continuous journey. And I lost my spot. By supporting this training, you are empowering our teachers with the tools to connect with, support, and inspire every student, regardless of their background. Culturally responsive teaching is not just a method, it's a mindset that fosters inclusivity, promotes understanding, and prepares students for a global society. The impact of this work goes beyond academic achievement. It nurtures empathy, cultural awareness, and a sense of belonging for all learners. We'd also like to extend a very special thank you to Dr. Jay Marks. His inspiring leadership throughout the cohort has been nothing short of transformative. His dedication and vision have played a pivotal role in shaping a program that not only equips teachers with essential skills, but also fosters a deeper commitment to serving our diverse student population. As we move forward, I encourage the board and the community to continue this important work, ensuring that every classroom is a place where all students feel valued and empowered to reach their full potential. Thank you for your unwavering support in making our vision a reality.
Twice in one day. How unusual. I felt compelled to speak about this as well. I'm actually prepared for this one. There are 8 competencies for the cultural responsiveness teaching that Dr. Marks craftily gave to us to think about and process. But I want to acknowledge this was not just a keynote speaker. This was not a guy who stood in front of us and told us what to do. This was not a moment where we got little gems and then walked away without really meaningful, purposely learning. But this is a time where he asked us to dig deep. He met us with compassion and empathy so that we could think about who we are, the leaders in the space, whether we play the role of a teacher or the role of a social worker. Are we seeing the children? Are we seeing our families? Are we doing what they need from us? He asked those questions quietly and reflectively each and every time. So not only did we learn about the 8 competencies, but but we also learn how to put them in small ways by look around your space. Does it represent who's in your space? Look inside your teaching strategies. Does it represent the perspectives of the kids that are sitting in front of you? Do you know how to look at your curriculum and ensure that it inspires and transforms not only you, but the children, and makes the families feel connected to our purpose here? He gave that to us each and every time. I think I left exhausted and exhilarated. So thank you. It was incredible.
Thank you all so very much. Before we move on to the next part, I am going to let Erica come on up, so that way she has her moment too to ask the questions, and then we'll go from there. Thank you, Erica.
Thank you for stopping that.
Uh-huh.
I was a part of the cohort for the first half and then had to step away for other reasons. I love spending time with Dr. Marks. It's been a few different capacities now. I think the work that you do is phenomenal, and I'm so grateful that you came to do it here and that folks were with you and receiving and hearing that. I think it was an incredible opportunity. What I wanted to share was that as a staff member, both prior to the cohort and after, I think for myself and other colleagues that we've talked about this with, it would be really helpful and exciting, and it would feel really good to be able to see some of those goals and district improvement initiatives be made known to folks, just to know what to expect on the other side. With regard to the cohort, because I was a part of it, I know that there weren't necessarily, I would love to see what outcomes or deliverables would be expected as the next step. You've done the cohort, now what? I think a lot of folks that took part in the cohort were already interested in that work, learning about that work, and curious in ways that they can do things on their own, or they were building entire clubs and organizations and doing incredible things with 1,200 students, and doing some really cool stuff. But not everyone that joined the cohort was that the case. For some people, this was brand new information, and we don't know necessarily how they landed on the other side. So to know, for the district's sake and at each building, what can we expect to come next? That's a question that I've had, and that I would imagine other folks have too.
Thank you so much. Dr. Tofelsky, thank you so much for bringing this to us. Dr. Marks, thanks as always. We got excited when we got to hear you, and now having the cohort is even more special. So we appreciate that so very much. So at this moment, we are going to give you guys a 10-minute break to enjoy some refreshments. And after that, as always, I'm going to let our beautiful educators escape, because I'm sure you have papers to grade and things to do. So, but please enjoy your refreshment, and we'll go back in about 10 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. Or I'll stop eating my cookies.
Right.
That's really good.
Me too.
Those are really good cookie, in case anybody's curious.
Those are really
I
good.
know, they don't think about
From
it.
May's Bakery.
Oh, that's good cookie.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Their stuff
Parents
is
are
good.
good for that.
But we still don't.
There's another one too, right?
Do I need to?
May's, it says downtown Elm Park and then Annie Clark, right? Two places.
But I do need to go to close
That's where
session.
you got the stuff?
Little
Yeah, that's where you got the
Maze.
cookies made.
Yeah, Lamar got it, but that's where he went.
Where'd he go?
Walk in. get
Maze.
them. No, he ordered them. He ordered them.
Mhm. Right, it used to be, the other bakery. It's right
Somewhere
from
else.
Dollar Bakery. Oh, well, now the
It
NBC.
used to be that Koi Pond place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, and then she,
Was there
they were teaching her how to do tasters.
in between? No, before the bakery.
Yeah, she was working there for free, just to learn how to bake for a while, so.
That was a long time ago.
Skill-based too, I would assume. It's unbelievable.
All right, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. That takes us to resignations. Mr. Durga.
Karen Brooks, ASD teacher, Allen Park Middle School. Corey Schlesinger, strength coach, Allen Park High School. Mary Young, food service, Allen Park Middle School.
Thank you. Sorry, I gotta switch my paper. All right, that takes us to old business, the superintendent's contract addendum. So Mr. Darga, I'll let you, before I let you talk, I just want to let everybody know, looking at the superintendent's contract addendum, just so you're all aware, last time we did make the vote whether Mr. Darga was going to get a raise or not. This is just to give his baseline of the 3 years. It's not stating, it's because the Me Too clause wasn't in there, right? So since it wasn't in there, this is just showing, okay, we're going to honor that for the next 3 years. So just to kind of give you guys a heads up about what we're about to discuss. All right, Mr. Darga.
At the November 11th regular meeting, the board voted on the superintendent's compensation package. Legal counsel drafted an addendum to the superintendent's contract with the terms that were agreed upon at the meeting and was reviewed by the board. That addendum is being presented tonight for board approval.
Do I have a motion?
I move that the Allen Park Board of Education approve the superintendent's contract addendum as presented.
Support.
It's been moved by Mrs. Lukey and supported by Mr. Babbage. And before I ask if there is any further discussion, I just want to let everybody know this is making sure that it doesn't, it's exactly what the APEA has. It's not giving him anything more or anything less than the APEA agreement. Any other further discussion? All right, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. Congratulations, Mr. Darga. That then takes us to new business. Mr. Darga again.
BP 10.1, middle school interior renovations, outdoor canopy and mechanical equipment replacement. A total of 43 bids were collected for this project in the following categories. Bart Mellor reviewed all proposals and held post-bid interviews to verify that the low apparent bidder conformed in all material aspects to the contract documents, terms and conditions, and specifications requirements of the solicitation and demonstrated the ability to properly perform the work. Final costs are $3,230,408. The substantial completion date for this project is 8/18/25. Kelly Ellis is here to answer any questions from the board.
I move that the Allen Park Board of Education approve bid pack.
Kelly has a interjection.
Just a point, Mr. Darga, it's $3,230,488. I heard 8. instead of
88. 88.
It's correct.
It's correct in
Yeah.
this document.
I just wanted to make sure. That's
Yeah, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So I move that the Allen Park Board of Education approve bid pack 10.1 as presented for an amount totaling $3,230,488.
Support.
It's been moved by Sarah and supported by Mike. Any further discussion?
When does it start? When does this work start? I'm guessing in the summer, not in a class. Sorry, Kelly, I'm talking to Jen and you're the one. I think that's
Mr. Martin, the plan is to start the classroom ceiling and lighting replacement starting in March of 2025. We have a phasing schedule in which we will be moving through the building, either 2 or 4 classrooms at a time. The milestone schedule includes 4, and we are looking to accelerate now that we're onboarding subcontractors to 2 to 4 classrooms.
So if it's done in March, it's going to be interrupting classes?
It will not. There are swing rooms that we are preparing.
I'm sorry?
There are swing rooms that we are
Okay.
preparing that have been organized and discussed in order to make the best plan possible with the building.
So it's kind of rotating.
Yeah, okay. It's a stupid question. Working around the kids.
Move over. Everybody's got hard hats on.
Real life experiences.
That's right. Exactly. That's right.
All right, any further discussions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 2, Mr. Darga.
BP 11.1, high school interior renovations and mechanical equipment replacement. A total of 43 bids were collected for this project in the following categories. Bart Mellor reviewed all the proposals and held post-bid interviews to verify that the low apparent bidder conformed in all material aspects of the contract documents, terms and conditions, and specification requirements of the solicitation and demonstration, the ability to properly perform the work. Final costs are $2,966,098. The substantial completion date for this project is 8/22/25.
I move that the Allen Park Board of Education approve bid pack 10.1 as presented for an amount totaling $2,966,098.
Support.
It's been moved by Jeanette and supported by Steve. Any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion carries. That takes us to number 3, district's cardiac response plan. Mr. Darga.
Thank you. Pursuant to legislation, the governing body of the school district must adopt and implement a cardiac emergency response plan. Megan Work, district athletic trainer, has been working on updating our guiding document, which is presented to you this evening for approval. Some parameters that must be included in the plan: regular maintenance of the AED, automated external defibrillators, Activation of a cardiac emergency response team during an identified cardiac emergency. We have identified trained personnel in each building, as well as personnel who wish to be retrained in order to serve in this role. A plan for effective and efficient communication. Once approved, the plan will be sent via email district-wide and posted on the district website annually. Plan must be updated and reviewed annually so that we can capture any staff changing and updates. Megan Rourke is also available if you have any questions.
I move that the Allen Park Board of Education approve the district cardiac response plan as presented.
Support.
It's been moved by Laura and supported by Mike. Any further discussion at this time? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Megan.
Thanks, Megan.
All right, that takes us to number 4, the summer tax resolution. Mr. Darga.
Thank you. Pursuant to revised school code section 1613, school districts are required to renew and invoke authorization for summer tax levy of either 50% or 100% on the annual basis by December the 31st. The board has authorized a 100% summer tax levy for the past few years, and we wish to renew authorization for continuation.
I move that the Allen Park Board of Education adopt the summer tax resolution for 2025 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Sarah and seconded by Jeanette. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. That takes us to the Allen Park High School psychology textbook purchases. Mr. Darga.
Thank you. The high school psychology textbooks have not been updated since 1999. This purchase was approved through K-12 Social Studies Committee and presented to the ICC earlier today. We were asking board approval for 40 textbooks of the Thinking About Psychology 5E with a cost of $6,677.16 coming out of the curriculum textbook account item, and Dr. Tefelsky is here to answer any questions.
99.
I was gonna say 90.
Sigmund Freud would be really more.
Yeah, I mean.
Listen, we have to move before we can talk about this.
I move that the Allen Park Board of Education approve the high school psychology textbook purchase as presented for the amount of $6,677.16.
Support.
It's been moved by Jeanette and supported by Steve. Okay, now is there any discussions, Dr. Tefelsky?
Sorry. Yes, this has not been done since 1999. As Ms. McDonald can attest, many of the textbooks that were in circulation when we came out of the financial situation we were in, Mr. Darga's first year, were very old. The U.S. history textbooks, the last president was, I think, Bill Clinton. That was in them until when we replaced them 3 or 4 years ago. So we are on a regular review cycle. I think the only ones that have not been updated are the high school government, and then there's a few in some areas like high school English, but that's by choice. They've gone to novels based and they're using their textbook to supplement. So just about every other area has been reviewed, and we have new textbooks and all of that stuff. And so psych is one of the last ones. Mr. Berkey and Mr. Bannock have been offered the opportunity for new textbooks, but they really like the ones that they currently have, and I don't think they're that old. I think they were a little bit, they were one of the more recent ones. So
they were 1999.
They were not 1999, but this is definitely needed. The amount may change a little bit, so you guys are approving this, but it's under the board threshold anyway, so it doesn't. We're seeking clarification from BFW, the publisher. The way they normally read is the textbook plus the online licenses, and then we get an addendum of additional licenses. We're not sure. It doesn't say the online licenses under the textbook, so we may have to give 40 more online licenses. But again, the amount is not super germane to the process here. It's under what our allowable threshold. So again, it was reviewed by the department. Approved by the department chair to go to the K-12 Social Studies Committee. K-12 Social Studies Committee met, approved the textbooks, sent it to ICC. ICC met today and approved it. So it followed all the normal traditional processes that we have, and super excited to bring in new psychology textbooks, hopefully for semester 2.
Is it a common textbook that most schools are using, or?
Yeah, so BFW is one of the main ones. There's like Cengage, BFW, like McGraw-Hill, there's only like 3 or 4, and so this is one of the bigger ones. And I believe Jason told me today that Val is also going to use it for, I think it's Psych 2 in the second semester. So it used to be Psych 1 and Psych 2, and we call it something different now. I think Psych 2 is now like Applied Psychology or something like that. So it's a good question. It's very common and it will be used for more than one of the courses.
I thought I read,
I was just wondering if it was like a workbook thing to it or anything else.
So that's another really good question. There is no consumable, but they do have an online portal. And so a lot of stuff is done in the online portal. And on the new online portals, and BFW has it, I'm sure this book does too, like the kids can actually highlight and annotate right in the book online, which they really like to do. And then they can push out assignments in different languages at different levels, all of those things. So people have gone away from consumables and gone to more of an online portal, and so that's why we want to make sure that we have the online subscription for the kids.
I thought I read in their packet, the online thing was really kind of expensive.
They always are. Like, there is no way to have a deal. If you just want to order the online, it's like, it's $150. And we're like, if we want the book too, and they're like, it's $155. And we're like, so what if we just want the book? It's $145. We're like, the math never maths. They are going to make their money. And so, yeah, I think the books, if I'm not mistaken, are $140, and then the online portal is like $40 or $50, but that is a 6-year subscription. So it's like $10 a year, I think, is what it kind of comes out to. Yeah.
I still have to comment because I go back a few years when, a set of textbooks used to cost the district a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
So coming in at 6,000.
Yeah. And I mean, it is one class. It's, it's only 2 classes technically, but we've tried to be smarter about, the textbook refreshes and make sure it's the ones that the teachers want, and we're getting classroom sets, so we're saving a little bit of money. Our ELA adoption this past year was almost $500,000. That was K-5, and then when you add in the U-Fly things that we did and all the training, like we were close to $600,000 or $700,000 by the time it was all said and done. So, but it's worth it. We get great feedback on this. I think we have a really, really good process where there is a ton of teacher voice. Frankly, all the way up until I don't even vote at ICC. Like, I'm not in the K-12 meetings. I don't vote at ICC. Principals kind of help a little bit, but this is our textbook approval process. It's kind of tried and true, and it's been around for like that. I'm worried that I'm going to lose the original copy to textbook approval process because then we're in trouble. So, but it's been really good.
For the last 24 years, like the last one.
That's right. Yeah, it doesn't even matter if I lose it. We're just going to take this right into 2050, and it'll be great.
Those books are still functioning.
Yeah, it's bad. It's exactly what you'd expect. Yeah, Freud was not alive still in the last one, but he was pretty close. He had just recently passed away.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. That takes us to our elementary STEM lab furniture purchases. Mr. Darga.
The district received a quote from Lakeshore for the elementary STEM lab furniture purchase in the amount of $30,934.70.
I move that the Allen Park Board of Education approve the purchase of the elementary STEM lab furniture from Lakeshore for the amount of $30,934.70 as presented.
Support.
It's been moved by Sarah and supported by Mike. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, it's out of the bond.
Right. Yeah. And this is a rendering of what it's going to look like. There are a few things that they have changed here, and it looks awesome. He's brought samples over. We really, I think we talked about this last time, we really enjoy working with Lakeshore Learning. They do a really, really nice job. They're very responsive. They get us samples. Like, when I place this order 2 weeks from now, it will be delivered and installed, and they will have people come in and they will take all of their garbage away. So they're pretty phenomenal. We're looking at doing Lindemann as well. I think if that exceeds the board threshold, that'll have to be on the next one. But we weren't super sure about when we wanted to get that done. They wanted to get Arno stuff in, but as they've been receiving samples and things, they've been extremely happy. So I think Lindeman will be on the next one, but it will be extremely similar to this. Some of these storage areas, they kind of changed a little bit because they don't necessarily want all of that because there's closets like down here and up here, but this is generally what it's gonna look like, and I think it looks great.
So this is just for one elementary building?
Do we have two or no? Is this just the one? Yeah, this is just the one.
It just says
Yep.
for
This is
the elementary
this is
STEM lab.
yeah. So this is just Arno.
This is Arno.
I'd like it. Can we say that it's gonna be two?
Can you say it's gonna be two?
Yeah. Are you able to amend the motion? The second one will come in under this price because there's not as much, but it won't be this exact price.
Well, I'd like to see an amendment to name what building this is for. You know, just so we can track that.
So I have to amend my motion then.
Yeah.
So
Can you say for Arno and Lindeman, is everybody comfortable with that? I'm very comfortable with it. It will generally be.
But then the price will be
The
different.
price will be, yeah, each, so I would say like each.
Okay.
And again, I think both of them will come in lower than that because like they were looking at a couple of these things that they've eliminated, but this was on the high end. Andrew, our rep, wanted to make sure that we had what we needed, and so this is on the high end. But as long as you all are okay with that, that would be awesome because then when Katie, Aaron, Leslie, and Carrie are ready, they can just order, you know, kind of.
61,869 for.
We're all doing that.
So would it be okay if it was not to exceed 62K?
Yeah. If you did like not to exceed 62,000, we could get our stuff in under that for sure.
Okay.
If you're all comfortable with that, that would be amazing. Because he wasn't ready for Lindeman yet, but if we don't get Lindeman until January, like then maybe it goes on February, we don't order until March. So like if I have your trust with obviously Mike's approval and the teachers picking it, that'd be wonderful.
Benny's another bid then, right?
What's that?
Benny would be another bid.
Benny's not until next year. Yep, exactly.
Okay, so I would like to amend my motion to, I move that the Allen Park Board of Education approve the purchase of the elementary STEM lab furniture from Lake Shore for both Arno and Lindeman, not to exceed the amount of $62,000.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you so much.
Before we get
Are you okay? Like.
No, I
was asking Mike Klein.
Oh, I was asking Mike. Dar was like.
Mike Klein seconded. I just wanted to make sure he was still okay. Okay, with the new motion, is there any further discussion?
Tiffany, you don't have any, that's what I was
No,
gonna ask
I'm
you.
just making sure that it's specified so that the minutes go with the PO.
With the PO that goes with the, yeah.
You were expecting to see that amount 2 months down the road or a month down the road.
Yeah.
And I mean, board threshold's like 30,600 something.
We like close, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's, we we like to
Yeah,
operate.
as long as
mutually.
it's specified Arno and Lindeman,
Yeah.
then it's fine, I can attach it to everything.
And again, the teachers have been involved in the process. They have been from planning and preparation to talking with the vendor, to getting samples, to reviewing. They've had experience with their old furniture companies, with their new furniture companies, and like, they met Andrew and saw the Lakeshore stuff and everything. And so we're very, very comfortable working with them. Again, Lakeshore was the one that did our early childhood center. So it's worked out very well. It's durable, it's nice. Something cracked in one of the rooms, and I sent him a picture, and it was in 2 days later. It was amazing. So he's like, I'm really sorry that table cracked. New one's on the way. And like, I said, do you want us to send the old one back? He's like, just throw it out. So it's very dream to deal with from my standpoint.
Who did the middle school STEM lab?
The middle school was interior environments, and that's phenomenal too. They've been excellent to work with. Yeah. So when they did high school, the high school is like, they would call it substantially complete. Like one storage cabinet's missing wheels, and then there's another one that I think the top was damaged when it came in. But other than that, now it's just a matter of moving stuff around. But it looks really, really good.
They're probably running into sometimes just delivery dates. That's happened in high school with multiple.
That was a long time. All right, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. That takes us to number 7, Student Council State Conference Trip. Mr. Darga.
Allen Park High School Student Council is seeking approval to attend the annual state conference in Grand Rapids on February 22nd through the 24th, 2025. Students and chaperones will be sharing a charter bus with other Downriver League schools and staying at the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel.
I move that the Allen Park Board of Education approve the EPHS Student Council trip to the state conference in Grand Rapids from February 22nd through the 24th, 2025 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Mike and supported by Jeanette. Any further discussions?
Is this a cost of the students or are we funding the trip?
The student council, I believe, funds that
They
trip.
They do it through
Yeah, it's a fundraising.
Yeah, I think they cover the cost.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. That takes us to number 8, MASB Board of Directors nominations. Mr. Darga.
There's a vacancy in the MASB Board of Directors for Region 8, and Trustee Babbage is interested in being nominated as a candidate. Look at that! Look at that! Oh boy, Kiwanis, MASB, we got you going.
Bring it on, pile it on.
That's right.
Right to Columbia.
Yes.
Well, I move that the Allen Park Board of Education nominate Trustee Babbage as a candidate for the Region 8 Board of Directors.
Did we do a background check?
No, I checked.
No.
Support. Thank you. It's been moved by myself and supported by Sarah. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That does not count. You said yes. All right.
Good luck.
Motion
awesome.
carries.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Mr. Babbage. All right, that takes us to the Allen Park Middle School Ski Club trip. Mr. Darga.
The Allen Park Middle School Ski Club is seeking approval for their annual Crystal Mountain Ski Trip from February 28th through March 2nd, 2025. Corinne Eastlick is in the audience if you have any questions.
I move that the Allen Park Board of Education approve the APMS Ski Club trip from February 28th through March 2nd, 2025 as presented.
Second.
It's been moved by Laura and supported by Jeanette. Any further discussion?
This is student paid for, right? This is all student paid for.
Yes, I can tell you how much because it's on my paper.
I know.
Crystal Mountain is not
It's not cheap.
it's not cheap up in Crystal Mountain either.
But we going. All right. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank God, because my kids are going, ooh. All right, motion carries, right? Thank you so much again, and thank you, Corinne, for all the work that you do with that ski club.
Thanks, Corinne.
All right, that takes us to the superintendent's report, Mr. Darga.
It's with immense pride and excitement that I share outstanding news with all of you. Arno Elementary has been recognized in the U.S. News and World Report as one of the top performing elementary schools in the state of Michigan. Arno Elementary ranked 359 out of 1,943 Michigan elementary schools.
Yeah, woo!
Night of Remembrance, an evening of remembrance, community connection. This Wednesday, December 11th, Allen Park Center for Performing Arts from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. in collaboration with the Sandcastles of Henry Ford and the Guidance Center. Allen Park Public Schools presents a night of remembrance, honor beads, candlelight moment, and moment of silence, tips for the holidays while grieving, and other resources. We hope you can join us. And also congratulations to Deke Swearingen on his recent grant award for 2024 Shape Michigan State Convention, which was formerly the Michigan Association for Health, Physical Education, and Ape Recreation and Dance. This was held in Lansing on November 7th and 8th. Deke was awarded a Tri-Found grant for $1,500 at the award ceremony. Congratulations to Deke.
Congratulations. I'm very proud of you for saying his last name. All right. Thank you. That would take us to citizens comment, but we already did that one. No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't see that. Citizens comments. I have one. Kendra Payton.
That just spurred my memory, and I wanted to express some gratitude and let the board know that tomorrow night and Wednesday night, the Allen Park Police Department and Fire Department are sponsoring a Shop with the Hero program.
Oh, nice.
That is at Target and at Myers. Don't ask me which day is which. I don't know. I show up when I show up. But it is supporting, 30 kids from our elementary building. And each kid gets a gift card and a hero that they shop with for 2 hours. It's a huge event, so I wanted to express gratitude to the Allen Park Police and Fire Department for sponsoring this event each and every year. They work closely with Myers and Target, and Roush Industries has done a gorgeous job of having weekly fundraisers. They sell hot dogs and hamburgers that are grilled by 6 staff members, and they then donate gift cards to families. So they provide them to the social workers and then they distribute them as families' needs throughout the school year. So Roush usually gives us between $2,000 to $4,000. So 2 really big things that are happening this time of year. I want to express gratitude.
And while we're finishing up some just shout outs, with the Night of Remembrance, I did want to make sure I mentioned that Michelle Keene and Kathy Weaver are the ones that are really, kudos to both of them for pulling this together and organizing this event. We've really had some really good feedback, so it should really be a pretty special night on Wednesday.
Hug my brother for me when you see him, okay? He'll have the dog. Hug my fur nephew.
And so is, kidnapping is
Good. My fur nephew goes missing. I know where to come find him.
Dr. Warren, can I just say something?
Yes, please.
So I wanted to thank the board. The commitment to the culturally responsive pedagogy cohort, like that is a substantial commitment by the board. So thank you for allowing the teachers to leave, Jay to come in to facilitate it. I think it was really, really impactful for the participants of it, and I'm really happy that the board supports it. And this was like a big initiative. Like we didn't know how it was going to go, but again, I think it's important, and I think it's awesome that you guys put your trust and faith in Mike to make sure that what we're doing for the teachers is right, and what they're doing for the kids is right. And I'm just always happy. It's just always great to work in a place where you're able to kind of take big swings like this and like, what's it going to look like? We don't really know, but we're going to trust that it's going to be awesome. And it ended up, I think, really being a good program.
I agree, and that's the neat part about, John and I in our relationship, but honestly, having the ability to move forward in a leadership capacity, knowing that we have that kind of support from our board. When John told me about, Dr. Jay Marks, we decided to go have lunch. Again, we weren't really quite sure which direction that could go.
Yeah.
We knew we needed something. We knew that we were stagnant and that we had done some things in the past to try to move us forward. And we had some really great work that was done in some great committee, a lot of commitment, and that just fell short. And so therefore it was one of those issues that we knew we needed something to invigorate and get that started. And it just turned out that this has really blossomed into a really wonderful relationship. But through that, we've even made other contacts to bring in other individuals into the schools to help us with some other issues, student discipline, things of that nature. And we're just getting that started. Now we're having those discussions. But again, it really comes off the heels of that. We've got that type of flexibility in our leadership wise to run with some of these ideas. So really appreciate that.
Well, I'm gonna jump on, if you don't mind, to that for a second, because it's almost like this circle, because it's like you met him, he came here, did something with them, then you took it to the students with the fishbowl, right? And then so like this time it's cycled. I just want to, and why I wanted to jump in there for a second was just to say I feel like it's gonna make those students hurt. Because some of the things I heard from that is that a lot of students felt what you expressed. And I think that this is going to show the commitment to them that, we took the time to do this and someone listened to us. So like the way that it's just cycling all the way around. So it's like, thanks to the kids that are, thanks, all the way around. It just really, when everybody stood up and clapped, you can feel the impact. You see it, you feel it. They were smiling, clapping. Everybody that this has touched seems to just had a really
I think it's so unique to have a program that hits directly kids, teachers, administrators. Like he facilitated a boot camp for us. And I was, a handful of us were familiar with culturally responsive pedagogy because that's what we do. But then there were other people that were involved that were not necessarily familiar with culturally responsive pedagogy. So it was great to hear what he had to say and allow him to facilitate that program for us. And so to bring it out so that the entire ad council, whether you're a food service director, maintenance director, finance director, or curriculum director, you got to hear the work that Jay was doing. You got to see what the kids said. So I think it was great. So again, it's a pretty awesome, and it's definitely a very ambitious project that we're working on.
I think this was the first training that I've noticed that you've done with a cohort of teachers that I've seen them so emotionally impacted and so emotionally invested. I mean, every single one of them were like ready to go, right?
Yeah.
They were on board and ready to go. So I think that like speaks for itself because those are the ones that are going tomorrow to teach my kids.
Yeah.
Right? So I thought that was absolutely amazing. And I did think Erica's idea was great too, to maybe then further push that off by saying, or push it off, but like push it, you know, even further and saying, okay, now at each individual school, what's next? What do we need to do next?
I think that's when when we have our, you know, again, we do the district improvement team meetings. Schools have their school improvement team meetings constantly. And then we have a comprehensive needs assessment in February and then kind of a final district improvement team meeting at the end of the year. I think when we do that comprehensive needs assessment, I do think that we should include strategies in each school's improvement plan to say, like, how are you going to use this work? Because everybody has had something because he's done the keynote. And he's worked with individual schools. And so at this point, I think it is probably time that we memorialize that in some of our plans. I'm always a little hesitant to mess with the district plan because I think if you're going to do something, you need reps and you need to be able to do it well. But I think within the schools, we can play around with, like, what does this look like in a classroom? And I think that's going to be an important piece.
Thank you. All right, that takes us to reports of officers. We'll start this way this time. Mr. Bavage, our new leader. Mr. Martin.
I just want to say that, and I sent everyone a text that thanks for everyone for donating for the school board's adopt a family. That was really, I had a blast shopping for all this. And my daughter has since donated even more stuff than that. So I've really, it's really fun. So I'm going to be dropping off the stuff this week. So it was heartwarming and a lot of fun. I think the kids had more fun than I had doing it. And I'll shop next year too. I've already put my name on it.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was like, let's do it, let's go.
Laura.
I have nothing to report.
Sarah, nothing to report. Thank you again. I like that you're a little bit, your kids and you are a little bit bougie. That kind of helps out there. I'd be excited to get every one of those.
We went, thanks to Dominic, because he picked out the shoes. He's a shoe. I don't even know what the word for it is.
I love it. Thank you so very much. And just one big more huge shout out, congratulations. Our student representatives have been so good throughout the years. They make me smile every time. But Maya, brought up the swim team, and just a huge congratulations to all of those kids that are making it even further, going along into swimming and diving. Thank you. Into state. So I thought that was pretty awesome. Thank you so much. And dive. Don't forget the dive. All right. Thank you so very much. All right. That takes us to our closed session. So hold on. I'm so sorry. I moved that forward. So that takes us to our closed session regarding student discipline in compliance with Section 8B of the Open Meetings Act.
I'm with the Allen Park Board of Education in a closed session.
Support. It's been moved by Mike and supported by Jeanette. Roll call vote, please.
President Warren.
Yes.
Vice President Filippia.
Yes.
Secretary Lippy.
Yes.
Treasurer Martin.
Yes.
Trustee Babbitt.
Yes.
Trustee Klein.
Yes.
Trustee McDonald.
Yes.
Thank you so much. For those, there you go, everybody.